I'm Jill Wellington, and I'm going to show you how to change the color of an object or even clothing in Photoshop. I took this picture of this adorable little girl. She's wearing this frilly pink hat, and I want the teacup to match. I want it to be pink, so I'm going to show you how to change the color. Now, first of all, we're going to want to duplicate this background, so we click on Control-J or Command-J on a Mac, and that just copied the exact same picture from the background. It's right above it in the layer palette. Next, we're going to want to click on the letter Q on your keyboard. So click on that, and we're going to go up and grab our brush tool, and we want this to be on a hard brush for this project. So click on a hard edge, and we want the opacity at 100% and the flow also at 100%. Now I'm going to enlarge my brush tool using my right bracket key. If you need to make yours smaller, use the left bracket key. And I'm just going to left click and start painting on the teacup. This is what I want to change the color of. And you're going to want to take your time with this. You're going to want to go in, maybe make your brush smaller, and really work on these edges to get them as good as you can get them. Now don't worry if you go a little bit out of line, because I'm going to show you how to clean that up later, but you're going to save yourself a lot of cleanup time if you take your time and do this well in the beginning. Now for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to do this really fast because you don't want to sit here and watch me paint this. I went way out of line in some of those areas, but you're going to want to really take the time. Oops, I went off of my brush tool. You're going to really want to take your time and do as good a job as you can. I'm going to go ahead and really quickly do this handle. There. And once you have it pretty well painted, looks good. Now you're going to want to click on the Q again. And what this did was it highlighted the background, and we want the cup to be highlighted. So go up to Select and click on Inverse. And now we can change the color of just the cup. Go down to the bottom of your layer palette and find this little circle, half black and white, and we're going to make a new adjustment layer. So click on that and go up and click on Hue Saturation. And this dialog box will come up, and this is where the fun part begins, because we get to change the color, and we're going to use the Hue Slider, and you can move it any way you want and just start seeing the color change. Oh, look, there's green, here's a pretty yellow. I'm going to go to the right now, get into the purple tones, but I'm looking for pink. And there is pink, and that looks so pretty. But I actually want it lighter pink because I want it to match that pretty hat. So I can play with this slider, the lightness slider, and move that to the right. And there, now that matches my hat better. So that's the color I want. So I go ahead and click out of this dialog box. But as we can see, we've made a lot of mistakes around the edges. But we have a layer mask in this Hue Saturation level, and that's going to help us clean this up. So I'm going to want the black brush to be showing. If your black brush isn't on top, you just use these arrows to click back and forth, toggle back and forth. You want your black one on top there. And just go in with your brush and kind of clean up these edges. And the beauty of having the layer mask is, oops, when if you messed up and now I've got the blue back, all you have to do is go over, toggle to the white brush, and now I can go in and get that back. So just kind of continue to toggle back and forth between the white and black brushes until you get a nice edge all the way around. But sometimes you'll still get this little halo. You can see a little blue halo that's really just very difficult to get out. I could go really close, but there's still that little bit of halo. So what I do is I go up and I flatten this. This is once I've done the whole project. You right click on your background layer and click on Flatten Image. And now I'm going to go in with my clone stamp tool and clean that up. This is your clone stamp tool. Click on that, and you're going to want to use a soft edge brush for this. So go and click on a soft edge brush. Now, if you know how to use your clone stamp tool, what you're doing is you're gathering pixels from another part of the photo to bring it over and paint and cover something else. So I want it to be the same color, so this is about the same color. So I'm going to start my clone right there. And I'm going to clone. You click Alt and left click. Now I move it over to where I'm going to paint, and with my left, I hold down on the left click, and now I can see that little plus sign there. That's the pixels that are being copied to cover up that little bit of haloing. Now, if you don't know how to use the clone stamp tool, I have a real detailed tutorial on my YouTube channel, so go over and watch that and you'll understand it better. But you can see where that really cleaned up the edge nicely. So go ahead and go around your entire project like that. So this is before and this is after. I know you'll really get a lot of use out of this in other photos, so enjoy.